I'm gonna give you 10 must-play modern turn-based JRPGs that offer engaging gameplay, rich storytelling, and an unforgettable experience. We're gonna open up the list with a few well-known heavy hitters, but make sure you stick around to the end for the gems and a free-to-play option. Shin Megami Tensei is a franchise known for its dark themes, deep storytelling, and challenging gameplay. In SMT5, you experience the beginning of an apocalypse taking place in Tokyo as demons overrun the city. You're offered an opportunity to fuse with a demon to become a demon-human hybrid with the potential to save the world. Gameplay is extremely difficult in SMT5, forcing you to focus on exploiting the weaknesses of your opponents by optimizing your team and your strategy. You'll be able to recruit demons to join your party if you're able to win them over to your side after defeating them in combat. This system is even further built on as you're able to fuse those demons you recruit and inherit abilities from 2 demons into 1. SMT5 can be an unforgiving experience because each fight possesses the opportunity to wipe your party, and managing your resources becomes an essential part of your journey. Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age is another modern classic in the turn-based JRPG realm. Dragon Quest XI brings a beautiful world with lush landscapes, well-crafted characters, monsters, and a well-refined JRPG experience begging to be explored. But it's not just looks with Dragon Quest XI, it also delivers on gameplay. The traditional turn-based combat system is refined to near perfection, offering a balance of strategy and accessibility that will appeal to both newcomers and longtime fans of the genre. Each character brings unique abilities, allowing for deep customization and rewarding experimentation. The story follows the protagonist's quest to uncover his true identity and save the world from darkness. You and your party embark on a quest spanning multiple continents and dimensions to uncover the truth behind your identity and confront the forces that are threatening the realm. Before we get into our free-to-play option, I'd appreciate it if you help me get this video to 100 likes and subscribe to the channel for more JRPG content like this. Currently, our viewer-subscriber to non-subscriber ratio is extremely low, and I know we can do better, but now that you've taken care of that, let's get back into the video. Before you guys kill me, I know Honkai Star Rail technically isn't a JRPG, but hear me out. Honkai Star Rail is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to story and turn-based combat, so you'd be a fool to write off this game just because it's a gacha. Honkai Star Rail is free and you can clear all of the content without spending any money, and it's continuously receiving new updates with its story and characters and game modes. The majority of your combat will be done with the auto feature, but that puts even more emphasis on your team building. The in-game content though will be more challenging, forcing you to control your party, level up and gear 2 different teams of 4 to separate and take on different bosses at the same time. You can expect to see a ton of waifus and husbandos attempt you to spend money, but the gacha element can be entirely free by saving up currency you get for playing the game and timing how you spend it on units that are going to improve your party. If you're into world building, then this is the perfect series for you. Trails of Cold Steel is part of the highly acclaimed Legends of Heroes franchise. Trails of Cold Steel spans multiple games, and some of the newer games are more modern, but they focus on the same cast of characters and is a nice starting point into the Legends of Heroes universe. I've not played this franchise, but I see it highly spoken about within the community, so I decided that it needed to be included here. I've considered giving this franchise a try, so if you have, let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Your party though is going to consist of 4 characters and 2 reserves that can be swapped in. The game utilizes a turn-based combat system with a twist, being the tactical link system. This allows characters to form a bond with each other, enhancing their combat abilities, and by positioning these characters strategically and building up those links, you can execute powerful link attacks and receive support from allies during battle. Similar to the materia system in Final Fantasy VII, the orbment system in Trials of Cold Steel allows players to customize abilities and attributes using quartz. Experimenting with different quartz setups adds depth to character customization and strategic combat options. Octopath Travelers is the perfect game for someone looking to relive that 2D art style nostalgia with modern conveniences and an innovative take on traditional turn-based combat. Visually, Octopath Travelers is the perfect blend of the retro aesthetic with modern effects to create a world that feels both nostalgic and fresh. The game offers 8 distinct narratives following the journey of 8 protagonists with their own goals and motivations. Gameplay focuses on exploiting enemy weaknesses and breaking their shields. Each character is assigned a unique job and possibility to unlock the second job as you progress within the game. Experimenting with different combinations add depths to the gameplay and encourages strategic thinking as you adapt to different challenges and enemy encounters. Yakuza is another franchise that has a cult-like following, but can be a little bit overwhelming to get into with so many games available. That's where Yakuza Like a Dragon comes into play, because it acts as a soft reboot for the franchise, introducing a new protagonist while still being within the same universe. With Yakuza Like a Dragon, you can expect several random over-the-top moves and funny, just odd gameplay situations built into the story that you're gonna be like, how did we get here? This is the Yakuza franchise's first attempt at a turn-based battle system. Party members will be able to equip classes and use surrounding items as weapons or to be thrown at enemies. Whenever you need to take a break from the main story, you'll have several mini games varying from karaoke to a Mario Kart-like game mode, or even a money management simulator to keep you entertained and having fun. Persona 5 is a modern classic that almost anyone you ask is gonna speak highly of. Booting up this game, you can expect a 100+ hour journey following the Phantom Thieves as they explore the metaverse, a supernatural realm born from humanity's subconscious desires. The OSTs and aesthetically pleasing menu makes the 100-hour journey even more enjoyable, because everything is a perfect combination for the mood that they're attempting to set. Even if you've never played Persona 5, chances are you've heard the music and know that it's Persona music. The social elements are where this game shines, allowing you to go on dates and build meaningful relationships that affect the story and provide bonuses to the dungeon crawling element. You'll traverse several dungeons, but in the game they're known as palaces, to change the hearts of humans' malicious intent, which creates these palaces in the metaverse. In these palaces, you're able to recruit personas and convincing them to join your team. Each party member has their own persona, but the main character Joker can traverse through any of the recruited personas. The setting outside of the dungeons is going to be your high school experience as a teenager in Japan. If you like this type of game but you're interested in a more darker setting, the same developers are releasing a new game soon, which I did a full video on that you can check out on the channel. Bravely Default 2, contrary to the number 2, is a standalone story with a new world and cast of characters. The game follows 4 main characters on a journey across the continent to retrieve the Crystal of 4 Elements. If you're looking for a grindy JRPG, Bravely Default 2 is a great option to pick up. Combat revolves around strategically utilizing your brave points and the default mechanic. Players can choose to brave in order to take multiple actions in a single turn at the cost of future turns, or default to defend and store up actions for later use. This strategic risk reward system adds an extra layer of tactical depth to battles, encouraging players to carefully manage their resources and adapt to the changing situations. The job system is another standout feature that allows players to customize their party members with a wide array of unique abilities and skills. With over 20 jobs to unlock and master, including classic Black Mage and Knights, as well as new additions such as Gambler and a Pictomancer, there's endless potential for experimentation and strategy. New jobs also will be unlockable throughout your journey by defeating bosses to get items and performing side quests, so make sure that you don't ignore the side quests if you do decide to play. Chained Echoes is a 2D beauty that follows Glend, a renowned pilot of a large mech. The game's art style captures the essence of 16-bit RPGs while infusing its unique flair, resulting in a visually striking and charming aesthetic that will resonate with classic JRPG fans. The game introduces a unique overdrive mechanic that you're gonna have to balance during combat. With the overdrive mechanic, you're gonna have to strategize your attacks to prevent yourself from overheating while staying in overdrive. Players can level up their characters, unlock new abilities, and equip them with a variety of weapons, armors, and accessories to tailor to their playstyle and their preference. The game also features a crafting system, allowing players to create powerful gear and items using materials you find along your journey. Since we're discussing 2D games, let's stay there with our next title, Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is yet another 2D beauty that attempts to capture the nostalgia of a classical JRPG. I appreciate the dynamic of the 2D nostalgic art style with sprinkled, vibrant, modern animated cutscenes. Players can control two young heroes, each with their own unique abilities and skills, that use the power of the moon and the sun respectively to fight against creations of an evil alchemist. Sea of Stars also features a variety of puzzles and environmental challenges that require the player to think creatively and use their wits to progress. From navigating dungeons to unlocking ancient secrets, these puzzles can add an extra layer of complexity to the game and keep you engaged and entertained throughout your journey. This wraps up the 10 must-play modern turn-based JRPGs. If you're looking for some action-based JRPGs, I'll have a video linked right here going over the 10 best of all time for you to check out. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.